Let's talk PSLE. So recently there have been many changes to the PSLE system, from T-score grading to currently using the AL system, and then comes the change of no longer having express, normal academic, normal technical streams, just so we can integrate the students regardless of their background. But why is it, despite all of these changes, there is still so much pressure given to the children and parents? Why is the tuition industry still thriving? Let's look into this. Parents are now going to greater lengths just to provide the correct support for their children. Now there is a trend where parents are now attending tuition workshops to better prepare for their children's PSLE. Kita pun ambil PSLE ke? It does feel that way sometimes, right? By attending these workshops, parents feels like they are more prepared to get into the battle with their children. Yes, PSLE is a battle, guys. Most of us like to think that, I'm not forcing you. We are not forcing you to do anything that you don't want to do. We're not forcing you to do anything that is against what you want to do in life. But then when it comes to PSLE and their grades, we got no choice but to be there for them, push, because grades and educations are important to us. Does that sound familiar? Let's look at numbers and figures. So recently, a survey of 1,000 parents of primary 5 and 6 pupils were done, and 99% said good PSLE scores were important. 85% of their children were stressed out, and 64% said that the parents are stressed out. In fact, after these changes that I've mentioned earlier were done, the parents are even more stressed. Why is that happening? Okay, back then, when it was still the T-score method, right? Anything that your child scores between 75 to 90 and above is straight away a grade A, done deal. But right now, that range has been split into 4. 1 AL2, AL3, AL4. So those currently in that range are feeling more stressed because any careless mistake could mean a grade drop. And then that drop could impact the child's admission to a particular school due to the cut-off point. 69% listed this as a reason as to why grades are important. They want to get into the secondary school of their choice, and dropping a grade sometimes is a big risk, and a good score to them is a stepping stone to a good future and career. One student shared that his parents enrolled him into a maths boot camp due to careless mistake, and his parents was expecting full marks. Fees can go up to $500 for a day, and even then it is oversubscribed. On top of boot camp, they are also enrolled in enrichment centers that teaches unconventional methods like right brain training. About 65% of those surveyed, they send their kids to 3 or 4 classes. A separate survey was done on 20 pupils in trying to determine what is their biggest stressor. So the first point that they pointed out was that they didn't want to disappoint their parents, because if they don't do well, their parents will feel like, I already paid so much for tuition, why didn't you do well? Secondly, parents like to compare their grades. This person's kid did well, your classmate do how well? Lastly, believe it or not, it's the teachers that give them stress. How the teachers give them stress? When giving out their work, giving out their test results, right, they start to tell who are the first, who's second, who's third, and those in the lower ends, the lowest stands, they are the one that feels the brunt. They feel more saddest that they didn't manage to do very well. In the parents' defense, right, they mentioned that the comparison was just to see a benchmark of how their child is doing against somebody else. Because why? Recently, if you remember, there is a change of eliminating class ranking. You no longer see class ranking, you no longer have mid-year exams, and no more than one weighted assessment, and that has provided very little information to parents. So how do they get more information? Is through comparison. In fact, the comparison don't just stop at their kid. There are comparisons among the parents themselves. How your child prepare for PSLE? How you help them to prepare? Nothing lah. I just make sure she study, do homework, revise. That's about it lah. I just make sure that's all that she does lah. No tuition? You better send lah. ABC tuition is good. Go and call them. Go and call them. Later you lose out, you never send for tuition. Go and call. If this story is familiar to you, it's because that is how it is right now. Some parents are even considering taking paid leave just to make sure that they are there for their child. So how now? PSLE. Keep it or dump it. Despite all this, surprisingly many said that it should be kept. However, tested at a different age, maybe between 14 to 16, as they will be more mature, parents will be less nagging, and the lesser stress there will be. And then they also mentioned that PSLE has better prepared them for secondary school life, because it's harder when they get into secondary school, and grades still matter at secondary school level. So here's my take. I have one child who have already taken their PSLE last year. I have one taking next year, another taking the following year. Underneath this, I have sprouted so many white hair just from the tension of trying to get them to do well. To be honest, right, I feel the best tip I can give you is to start early. Do not wait till primary 6. Start at P5 and get the pace going. In that manner, there will be lesser stress, more conditioning learning, and in return, it will bring in better results. So what do you think? Despite all these changes, keep or abolish the PSLE? Hit the comments.